I'm going to make 3 predictions on what I think is going to happen in the GTA housing market next year. Okay. Is the GTA housing market finally going to crash in 2022? In this video, I'm going to make 3 predictions on what I think is going to happen in the GTA housing market next year. For those of you that don't know me or are new to the channel, my name is Moretuzzo, and I run a real estate team here on the west side of the GTA. And I really enjoy making these market prediction videos to give people a little bit of knowledge and insight if they're thinking about making a move. Make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to give you my recommendations if you are thinking about making a move next year. Before we get into the 2022 predictions, I'm actually going to give you a quick recap of what happened in 2021. So just as we're ending off 2021 in a very hot marketplace with low inventory, that's exactly how we started off. If you can think all the way back to January or February, we had, the bidding wars happening everywhere. 30, 40 offers on properties, especially in the low-rise, detached, and freehold type segments. Things actually ended up cooling off a little bit in mid-2021 when we saw a little bit of more inventory hit the market. And ever since roughly September or October, that inventory level's been on a pretty steep decline. And now we're right back where we started the year with low inventory and multiple offers happening just about everywhere you look. So now let's get into it. Here are my predictions for 2022. Is this the year the market is finally going to crash? I definitely do not think that this is the year that will happen. I'm actually predicting an average price increase of about 8% across all asset classes. And I actually think that this might be a little bit conservative because I think entry-level housing could actually increase even more than this 8%. And I'm going to outline why a little bit later in this video. So why do I think the market is still going to increase? Well, the problem that we have right now, and it's been a long-term problem in the Toronto area, is we have an extremely low level of inventory. We've got less than 1 month of inventory in the suburbs right now. So just to put that in perspective of what that actually means, between 4 to 6 months of inventory is a healthy, balanced market. We're hovering around 1 or a little bit less than 1 right now, which, as you can imagine, is what's causing all of the bidding wars and the buying frenzies. I don't predict that these supply issues are going to be alleviated in 2022. As prices increase faster than wages, I predict that 2022 is actually going to get even harder for first-time home buyers to enter the market. And this is exactly why I'm predicting that the entry-level housing, such as condominiums and entry-level townhomes, might actually see more than 8% price appreciation this year. We've got extremely little supply and extremely high demand for entry-level housing, and this is what's going to push prices up, as simple as that. My second prediction, I think that mortgage rates are going to increase in 2022. So I wouldn't say this is so much of a prediction as something that is just probably going to happen. TD Bank has said they are expecting 3 rate hikes in 2022. The overnight rate is currently set at 0.25, and this is the rate that is set by the Bank of Canada. So TD Bank is expecting this rate may increase 3 times. The problem is 3 rate increases would only bring it up to 1%, and I don't think that this is going to be enough to slow the market significantly. Money is still going to be very cheap to borrow, and our population is still expanding, and the simple problem is that we're not building enough new homes to support all of the demand that our market is seeing right now. I don't think that rate increases are really going to have a strong effect on our real estate market until 2023 or 2024. My last prediction, I think that rental rates are going to increase. Now, you're going to love to hear this if you are a landlord or own rental properties right now, but if you are a tenant or looking to rent a place next year, this is definitely not what you want to hear. So the lack of inventory that we're seeing for purchasers right now, it's actually the same issue that I'm seeing for people who are looking to rent as well. So an interesting side effect of these increasing home prices is that many buyers are now getting priced out of the market, which is forcing them to rent, because everyone has to live somewhere, right? So this is creating more competition for rentals, and what I'm actually seeing on some of the properties that I represent the landlords on is that we're actually getting multiple offers or bidding wars on rentals right now, which is a little bit crazy and a little bit scary to think about where this is going to go throughout 2022. Some people even offering a whole year's rent up front. So here's what you've probably been waiting for, my recommendations. What should you do next year? So if you're able to get in the housing market, I recommend do it now. I don't see the prices cooling off or changing too much in 2022. If anything, I think they're going to continue to increase. So if you're able to get into something, I say get into it as soon as you can. It might not be the dream house that you wanted, but take those small stepping stones. They're very important in order to get you into that dream house that you want to be in one day. But with that being said, plan to stay in it. So 3 to 5 years is what I tell people. Real estate is not a short-term investment. Time in the market beats timing of the market, because as we all know, just with stocks, real estate is the same thing. Timing the real estate market is nearly impossible. On the other hand, if you're looking to make a move from one property to another in 2022, well, in this case, things are more relative. The house that you're going to be buying is probably a lot more expensive than it was last year, but the house that you own or live in right now is probably worth a lot more this year than it was last year. So what do you think? Do you disagree with any of my predictions? I'd love to hear in the comments below. If you do want to book a buyer or seller consultation, or just want to chat with me about real estate, just hit the link below and you can book a time. I'd love to connect with you. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to keep the real estate content coming, and I'll see you on the next one.